Welcome everybody to the Prolonged Engagement Show, where the subscribers are made up and the views don't matter.
Welcome to episode 21.
The Prolonged Engagement Show is now officially legal and able to drink the alcohol.
Yay!
Hell to the yeah. All right. So,
you won't let me pull out the wine though, will you?
this is our third little short episode.
I like this
I hope you guys are liking this. Tell us in the comments down below if you're liking this new format, because we are liking it a lot.
Yes, we are.
Because it's working out great.
It makes our life so much easier.
This is going to be great. I'm feeling it. In my bones. In my bones. All right. So,
he's falling asleep. I think.
Did I even say like who we are and shit?
No, we didn't.
As always, you are
with the two greatest people
to
ever
come out
of the
prolongedengagement.com, Kyle
and Sarah.
And you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Sound Overlord. Sarah's at
The Dark Raven 13.
You can follow the show at TPE_show. Go to theprolongedengagement.com for all audio and video, and go to youtube.com/theprolongedengagement show. Like, subscribe, and everything else. All right. Let's do this. So this week, we've been pretty much talking about New York the entire freaking time. So guess what? Today, you're getting even more of it. So we were going to talk about the shows that we saw.
Yeah. Did you want to do our favorite and then our least favorite, or do you just want to talk about them in sequential order?
I think we'll talk about them in sequential order.
Okay.
I think that would be great.
Okay.
To do so. I just have to remember the sequential order that we saw them in.
Finding Neverland on the 20th century.
Shows for Days. And An Act of God. Man.
You're welcome.
She's got it. She's just got it, everybody. Give it a round of applause.
Da, da, da.
And
can we put like actually a round of applause?
Oh, I could put an applause clappy thing. Applause right now.
Ta-da. There we go. I got my round of applause.
I hope I was able to find that. Otherwise, that looked really stupid. Anyway,
I think people will be clapping and laughing at me.
But so we got there on Friday.
Yep.
We ate food,
which we already talked about. Becco.
And then we went to Finding Neverland,
which was actually my choice. That was my first choice in shows.
This is it's a musical, and it's based off of the movie, right?
No. It's based off of the story.
Was there a book?
There was a book previously. There was a book before the movie.
Okay, so this is not based off of the movie. It's based off of the book. This is not
based off the movie. This is based off the book.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That is why...
Well, that's the best way to do it.
That is why it's so different.
Okay.
And it's more in his head.
Right. So...
But you'll understand. You get.
So Finding Neverland is the story of the writer of Peter Pan.
Writer of Peter Pan.
And his journey to find himself.
Not just find himself, but find Neverland and find Peter. And to find where
it is a
self-searching.
It is a self-searching story, though. So it follows Mr. Barry.
Yes.
He's played by Matthew Morrison, who most of you will know from Glee. Most of you should know from Glee.
He's very nice.
Very nice guy. We have a picture of him. I'll put the picture up above. If you're watching this on the website, it's above.
It'll be above, but do you want to?
If you're watching this on YouTube, sorry.
Well,
I'll put the link to the actual
pictures.
No, to the.
Why don't you just put a picture up here while we're talking? Can you do that?
That's so... No.
Okay.
Anyway. No.
Okay. I don't know.
I'll figure it out. Anyway, so the... And
Mr. Barry is Scottish.
Yeah. He's from Scotland.
So Matthew Morrison had a very heavy Scottish accent the entire show.
Mm-hmm. And
it does take place in London.
He's a playwright. He's a playwright, right?
He's a playwright.
And so he writes plays for this one specific...
For a company.
Company, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so the company producer. So he's like the owner of the company, right?
Yes.
But he's like the executive producer.
Which is Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, he's played by Kelsey Grammer. And
Don't remember his name.
No, I don't remember any of their names.
Do you want to go grab the playbill?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And then that person in Mr. Barry's head, that same man is also Captain Hook.
Captain James Hook.
Captain James Hook, who plays because it's James Barry too, right?
Yes.
So but that's only in his head.
Yeah.
That and the character of Captain James Hook is actually
the
James Barry's id, right?
Very similar to it, but it's also everything that he hates. So it's that society uppity, that the parties he has to go to, and that's what Captain Hook idealizes, is the parties and the niceties, and it sounds weird to say that about Captain James Hook, but he represents that everything that he hates about himself and about the society that he lives in and the society he's a part of. Mm-hmm. The fact that he's this playwright who has made plays in the past that have been fantastic, but lately he's just gotten into some crappy ideas.
Yeah, because they want new stuff, and so they
want new, but that's not new.
Yeah, they want the same thing over and over and over again, but it's not working out the way, because he just ends up, he's not even reinventing, just reusing stories.
Yeah, reusing stories and characters from other plays.
So, half of the story is him trying to find something new to write about, and then the other half of it is him
refinding himself.
Refining himself, yeah. So he has this point where he, his wife leaves him and things like that, and he finds a new love interest, and if you
tearjerker.
No, it's a real it's a real tearjerker.
But I've never seen effects on a stage the way they did it.
I have to say,
but I don't want to ruin any of it, just in case somebody wants to go see it. Do you want to put a giant spoiler alert on the screen?
No. All right. Here's how we're gonna get around this. Somebody dies.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yes. There is a death.
I haven't named anybody else in the show.
No, we haven't named anybody in the show.
You don't know what this show is about, but at any rate,
there is someone who dies. But they have, I think, the best death I've ever seen in a play or a movie.
Yes. 100%. 100%. I've never seen anything. What did I tell you after that? I said I had never seen a scene on a stage that powerful before. It
brought everyone,
blew my mind.
It brought everyone in the theater to tears. And
no, it didn't bring me to tears.
Well, it didn't bring you to tears because you're a heartless bastard, but
I was in awe.
Yeah,
by what happened, and I felt that it was more powerful than sad.
Yes. It gave this character a lot of power back.
Right. This character is dying of consumption. Yeah. Which is tuberculosis, and
which is the same thing as another character dies of.
Yeah. Yeah. But that character doesn't. He's dead before the show starts.
You don't see the character on the stage.
So they he ends up writing the show. He ends up writing Peter Pan, and they produce the show, and then they go to she was very instrumental in the whole whatever. So they feel that they have to perform it in front of her.
In front of this person.
And, well, they know it's a woman.
Yeah,
they don't know who it is. You don't know who it is.
No, you don't.
If you've seen the movie, you know who it is.
If you've seen the movie, you know exactly who we're talking about. And
it was a very popular movie. I bet you lots of people have seen it.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's one of my favorite.
I've seen the.
That's one of Johnny Depp's best performances as Mr. Barry.
What?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp was in Finding Neverland?
Johnny Depp was in Finding Neverland as Mr. Barry.
I like that Johnny Depp guy. But except in Sweeney Todd, which I hated him in, and I hated him in Alice in Wonderland, but that's him and Tim Burton. So I have to throw those out
No,
of
but
the,
he plays
out of the
he's
equation.
a fantastic Mr. Barry, and it breaks your heart.
Is what they ended up doing is out of the floor. They had these
fans and lights.
These fans and these no, the light came from
it came from above. That's right.
Yeah. But out of the floor, you saw the floor tip up, and it was in a circle, and she stood in the very middle of it, and there were fans that were blowing in a vortex.
Yep. And the character who plays Peter rolls.
The person who plays Peter Pan. What?
He does, or I don't even know what the fuck to call it. But Peter does a body roll, and releases gold glitter.
Yeah.
Into the vortex.
I thought it was silver.
Gold.
Anyway.
Because it matched the light.
It wasn't glitter. It was more like like confetti.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't have seen glitter, but it was
something to catch the light.
Yeah, it was shiny and it was confetti, and so she's standing in the middle, and you can see her hair is flying up, and her dress is flowing around her in this vortex shape. And she has this shawl. She has a shawl on, right?
It's a dress coat.
What?
It's a coat that you wear at night.
Yeah, but she also had a shawl on.
I thought they took the dress coat off. No? Yes.
No, she lets she leaves the shawl outside of the vortex before she goes into the middle of it.
That's it.
And so she's standing there, and then so this is symbolizing that she's dying.
Yeah.
And that she's going on to the next life. Mm-hmm. And then so like Sarah says, so Peter comes and throws this confetti into this vortex. So now she's
spinning in this gorgeous light, and the confetti that is throwing the light
flying straight up in this vortex formation. Mm-hmm. No matter how much I'm going to tell you,
nothing can fully.
Nothing I'm going to tell you can match the feeling like. and what it looked like.
And I don't know if you noticed it, but Peter goes to the window and holds out his hand to this character. She takes it, and then someone else throws the shawl in, and I lose my shit.
So behind while all this is going on, and the character's still in the middle of the vortex, Peter opens the windows behind her because it's in the nursery scene.
Yeah.
So Peter opens the windows behind her, and then holds out his hand to her.
And I'm already crying again.
And she turns around and looks at him, and puts out her hand and just walks towards Peter.
And they take hands.
At that point, they take hands. They take hands and they walk out the window.
And it's supposed to represent that she goes to Neverland.
And then one of the other people on the stage, they take that shawl and they throw it into the vortex. So now all of this.
The confetti.
All of the confetti is spinning around, and now the shawl is just flipping in the air and falling down, and then coming back down and flying back up. And it's just oh my god. Oh my god, it was just incredible.
Yeah, if you guys can tell, I'm crying again just thinking about because of how gorgeous it was.
It was the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen on a stage. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
And
I would say that's more powerful than any movie I've ever seen, and more powerful than any play I've ever seen. It was stellar.
Yes,
absolutely stellar.
That, and then the song "Stronger."
Yes, the
song right before intermission.
Yeah, so the intermission finale thing.
Yeah.
because they always have an intermission finale and then a finale.
Yeah.
The intermission finale was a song called Stronger, which was done by Matthew and Kelsey. And this was...
but it was all about defeating your demons and being able to take them on basically as friends and getting stronger because of it and being able to create something better.
Yeah.
And, because the entire show is about imagination and things being something out of nothing. And
the scenic design for that one, too, was just...
fantastic.
Yeah. Speak into the mic, please.
I'm sorry. I'm crying, and I don't want people to hear me crying.
And the scenic design for that one was just freaking phenomenal as well.
Yeah.
Is what they ended up doing is they...
in front of your eyes. Like, I didn't even realize this until...
The whole ensemble of the show ended up dressing up like pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelsey Grammer was dressed up like Captain James Hook. But James Barry was still dressed up in his regular James Barry clothes.
Yes.
And so the song, like you said, was about, taking in your friends and, becoming a better person and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But James Hook was is singing about how you must let me in to your life.
Yeah.
You must take some of me and use me, or else your life will be boring and miserable.
Or else you're going to sink.
Yeah, you're going to sink. And as they're singing this song and, dancing and regular Broadway musical style stuff,
you're not even paying attention to it until the very end, and you're like, oh my gosh.
They build a pirate ship.
Right there in the middle of a Broadway stage, a pirate ship appears.
And the pirate ship is not a ship.
No.
But they move around different pieces of the stage, the set, to make it look like it's a pirate ship. So it was just a thing like, this is in Barry's head.
Yes. You're in Barry's head now.
He is creating this in his head.
He's creating, because it's all set off by Kelsey Grammer's other character, the producer person, being like, you're not going to sell a story about a boy who never grows up in fairies without a villain.
And so he has to find his villain.
And the
villain is Captain James Hook. It's just it's a really, really powerful song, and I can't, seriously, if any of you and I mean, now I want to say this because Broadway itself is unmatched.
Yes.
You will not find the caliber of show anywhere else in the country. Even if you have a touring act, you will never find the caliber of show that you will find on Broadway. And if you are fortunate enough to go and see these shows, do it.
Yes.
Do it. It's an experience that you will never forget.
And it changes your life. It really does.
You will never forget the experience. So, I mean, I implore you, if you're fortunate enough to be able to do something like that, go. Do it. You will not be upset. It's just fantastic. And if you have the chance to go see Finding Neverland while it's still there,
see it, please.
Go see it. It's I'm telling you. It
is gorgeous. It is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And the score is awesome.
Oh yeah. I want it. I want it so much. I want it in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I need that stronger song in my life.
Yeah.
That and Circus of Your Mind.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
But that was very artsy the way they did that song.
Mm-hmm. So.
And you know me, I like.
We always wait after the show. We go to the
we go to the stage
door and we wait for everybody to come out and so Matthew Morrison came out, but Kelsey Grammer did not,
and neither did a couple other characters.
Yeah, so a lot of the other characters they just
They didn't.
They didn't come out. Matthew Morrison was really great.
You
ended up taking a picture with him. So that was really great. And then we went to Joe Allen's that night.
Yeah.
The next show that we did was on the 20th century. That was with Kristen Chenoweth. If you don't know her, she is
she hosted the Tonys this year.
Oh yeah, she did host the Tonys this year, which is why she was. That was actually the last show that she was going to do that weekend. It was the Saturday matinee. Yeah. She did not do the Saturday night show, and then they canceled the Sunday night show. The Sunday show because she just straight up couldn't be there. So we ended up seeing that. I was not impressed with 20th Century with On the 20th Century at all.
I wasn't impressed with the music.
The score was just eh. The character designs were just eh. But Kristen was fantastic.
Kristen held that show on her shoulders. Without her, that show would suffer.
The show would have been just pure shit.
Basically.
If Kristen was not in that show. Kristen Stewart's known for Wicked.
The Good Christian Bitches.
Yeah, she was on GCB on ABC or something like that.
She does some.
Was it Pushing Daisies? Was that the show?
I think so. Yes.
I think she was in that one.
And she's also going to be in The Descendants on Disney.
Yeah, she's playing the Maleficent character.
She's playing Maleficent.
On that Disney Channel show. Anyway,
so she's done a lot. She's been in movies too.
She's a soprano singer. So
she's an opera singer.
Mm-hmm. She was trained in opera.
She was trained in opera, and she's fantastic. She has an amazing voice.
The show was really carried by her.
It not just carried, like you're watching the show and it's crap. Like I was really tempted to leave.
The story is like non-existent.
There is no story. It's just cute.
It's just cute. Like, oh well,
let's be funny.
It's the story of this this Broadway producer who
gets in a lot of trouble.
Ends up finding Kristen's character,
who was Melinda
Gobstopper or something like that, and then so they end up changing her name to
Lily
Garland, and so Lily Garland.
If you're a theater person, you know who that's a reference to.
And then so they end up doing So Lily Garland ends up becoming super famous,
super mega star.
Wins the Oscar and all that crap in movies and stuff. And
so this guy just wants her back.
This guy wants her back because he is bombing.
Yeah, he can't do anything right.
He can't do it. He can't get any money to save his life, and
that's the story.
That's the story. And then the story ends up just being, I want
Deus
you.
Ex Machina,
I don't like you.
everyone.
Yeah, and the show ends with a Deus Ex Machina, which is like, he just says. She spends the whole show saying, "No, I don't want to do this. I've been down this
road
path
again.
with
I don't want to be with you.
I'm not going to do this again." And at the end, she just goes, "Okay," but he still doesn't have any money in order to do the show. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I got very lost very quickly, and I kind of
by the end of the show, I was just like, "Oh, buddy."
I was like, "I want this done.
This isn't working out.
I want this done."
But
yeah, it wasn't even that good.
But she was really funny at it though.
She had some of the best lines. She had the best role.
What is you? I can't do it. I can't do it the way that you did.
Which one?
How dare he kisses you? She kisses it. He kisses her at the end, and then she goes like, "How dare you?
How dare you?"
And then
how dare you?
He kisses her, and then she slaps him. Slaps him and goes, "How dare you?
How dare you?"
And then
I'm sorry, I do a really
she
good
goes back
Kristen
and
Chenoweth.
kisses him, and then slaps him in the hand and just goes, "How dare you?" It was
she. And then her other character.
It's one of those things where you had to be there.
It was cute. It's just a cute show.
It was funny. And then she had that boyfriend that I thought that he was fantastic. It was between him and Kristen that
were my two favorites.
That really pulled the show through.
And when I'm saying pulled, I'm literally pulled.
It was. I mean, I wanted to watch a show just for those two.
Yeah.
But they ended up doing this part where she
crunch me.
Yeah, she goes crunch me, and he's this huge, bulky guy,
bulky, strong arm.
I mean,
it was
really big guy.
You knew it was all brawn, no brain.
Yeah, And so she'd go, crunch me. And then so he would like, wrap his arms around her and just like, hold on to her tight. But they had this one point where she gets in her negligee, and she like starts treating him like a dog, like sit boy sit. And then so
you want to treat? You're such a naughty boy, aren't you?
And so he
and it gets so bad.
He gets so
fast.
Bad. And she gets on top of him. He's on all fours, and so she gets on top of him, and she's like bad dog. And then so he's turned completely around, so his butt is facing you, and so is hers. But she's turned around completely, and she's pinching his butt, and she's going like pinch, pinch, poke, poke, pinch, pinch, poke, 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 pinch, pinch. And right as she's doing this, the producer guy walks in and sees this happening, and then so he's like, the boyfriend is playing along with it until the door opens, and then he like dead stops, but she's still going poke, 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 pinch, pinch, poke, poke, pinch, and then she turns around and goes like it was that. See, those were the part of the show that I was just like,
to see together.
Yeah, that was really, I really enjoyed that. And then those things like, you'll never see this face again, but he like spent his time like posting up pictures of himself in their boardroom. And so they get to this point where she goes, I don't want to see you again. He goes, fine. You'll never see my face again. And so he walks out. And then he walks out and slams the door. And then he goes, and he opens it back up, and there's a picture right here next to the door. He goes, or this one. And he takes it off and slams the door again.
And then he comes back in.
And then he comes back in and he goes, or these. And he opens up it's like this long list of just his portraits. And so he pulls them off and leaves. So good.
Yeah.
It was slapstick, a lot of it. But the show I thought was, it was great because of Kristen Chenoweth, but I would not waste my money on it.
No. I would not go see it again.
I would not want to go see it again.
Sure.
It was just Any rate.
So you want to do a second part?
We're gonna make this a two-parter. I was going to try and this is why I wanted to do this show last, because I was afraid that we would ramble on about how great Finding Neverland was, and
because it is great.
Because it is, but
and we're gonna ramble on for an act of God.
Yeah,
act of God just may be two parts in itself.
But all right, guys. Well, that was episode 21. We're officially legal and able to drink now.
Yay! But we can't rent a car.
The show is able to drink, but not rent a car. So, okay, guys. Well, it was episode 21, and my name is Kyle.
And I'm Sarah.
And you can follow us at Twitter. I'm at Sound Overlord. Sarah's
at the Dark Raven 13.
Go to theprolongedengagement.com for all audio and video. Go to youtube.com/theprolongedengagement show. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. We're doing shorter ones. One topic each is fantastic. I love this. So, anyway, watch our previous. This week has been all New York. It's been kind of weird.
Fantastic.
So
at least we don't have to choose a fourth topic because we were worried about that.
Yeah.
Is it raining again?
No.
It's going to.
At any rate, well, we'll see you. Next
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow for our last show of the week. Bye.
Bye.